This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Abam. We're continuing in Mishna Berura, Daf Hashavua. We're learning Siman Memtes. Siman Memtes. Sheyachal lemer krishma bal peh. One is able to say Shema by heart. Says Mechaber, Af agav de kaimalon dvarm shebachsav yatarasher lamram al peh. Even though we hold that anything which is written, you're not supposed to say it by heart, that's a general principle. That which is written should not be said by heart. Nevertheless, kol davar sharagil v'shagar b'fi ha'koil, anything which is frequent and well known and common in people's mouths, kagon kriyas shema, uberchas kayanim, uparshas hatamid, ukiyoytze behen motor. Even though we hold something that's written down, you're not supposed to say it by heart, you should read it from the text, but anything which is frequent in people's mouths, like Shema, Berchas Kayanim, Parshas HaTamid, or the like, you're allowed to. Says the Mishna Berura, Dvarim Shebachsav. If that's the rule, so then what's a blind person supposed to do? How's a blind person supposed to daven or say anything? Suma mutalikos bal peh mishum eislas l'Hashem hefir tarasecha. Because the time to do for Hashem, you could annul the Torah, meaning he has no alternative. So it's better than not learning or reading anything. Okay. V'hu adinim hu. By the way, the Dershu brings that somebody who reads from Braille, the Minchas Yitzchak says that this is not considered reading mitoch haksav. Just he adds that the din of the reader is like someone who reads a ksav, which is shagar b'fi, and we're not worried for making mistakes. Okay. Someone who's in jail, chumash, he could say Pesukim bal peh. Now the baseline din is dvarim shebachsav iyat harasher l'amram al peh. Says the Mishna Berura, yata kasav radvaz chilek aleph siman kuf lamed hey likrois ha parsha bal peh b'shash shatz kairei ani nizar. To read the Parsha Bal Peh when the Bal Kairei is reading, to say it along with him, I'm careful not to do that. Aval eini moichel acherim. I don't protest against others. Ma'ay mishum deyesh poiskim harbe shesoivrim. Many poiskim hold tel isur dafke imoitzi bezel acher midei chayvasam. Many poiskim hold that this isur of saying Pesukim Bal Peh is only if you're being moitzi others. V'chein kasav ba'ateres zakenim u'bebir hagra. Likewise, the ateres zakenim and the bir hagra also say this. La'amram al peh mishadoyresh barabim. Okay, so we've encountered a number of heterim so far. The heter of the mechaber is dvarim shebechsav, that you're shagar in, you're allowed to say Bal Peh. The heter the Mishna Berura brought, one heter is a blind person because of Esya Lasois Lashem. Another heter is the Radvaz, that some poskim hold the din of dvarim shebechsav iyat harasher l'amram bal peh is only if you're being moitzi other people. By the way, I'll give you an example of where this comes l'maisa. Let's say Kiddush Friday night. Kiddush Friday night is a pasuk. On the one hand, you'll say maybe it's shagar b'fi hakoil. Maybe that's debatable. But the problem is you're being moitzi other people, so there's more of an inyan to read it from a text. So Kiddush Friday night, when you say vayichulu, which is Pesukim, there is an inyan to say it from the text, because even though, yes, it's perhaps shagar b'fi hakoil, because you're being moitzi others. La'amram al peh misha darsh b'ram b'harbe Pesukim shabatayra. Someone who's a public speaker, and he's saying over many Pesukim. And it's very difficult every time he wants to quote a pasuk to search for a Chumash. B'mnei kavod hatzibur, he's going to have to find the pasuk every time. Maybe it's not respect for the tzibur. Efshar sheish l'hakel, it could be you could be lenient. Ayin b'yoyma b'taz l'sham dir maskul v'asar b'teretz rishon b'teretz basa u'be'er hagra hiskam ladina l'teretz basra. In other words, we know that on Yom Kippur, one of the Kriyas HaTorah of Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol reads Bal Peh. And the question is, how is he allowed to do that? Is it the Gemara bring there are various reasons. Is it because of Tercha de Tzibura or Kavayrat Tzibur? Okay. Ayin B'yoyma, okay. Vishagor. The Mechaber said certain parshas which are shagor you're allowed to say Baal Peh. Uparshas Hatamid, Vishagar, Avam Eno Shagor Fiakol, not everyone is familiar. Afagav Shashagor Bepiv Asar. Even though it's Shagor in his own mouth, it's Asar. Kagoin, Kriya Shema, V'chein Psuke de Zimra. Likewise, Psuke de Zimra you're allowed to say Baal Peh. What else? Uparshas Hatamid. Kaza Magen Avram, Hama'ayim Beis Yosef Yira, Sheyesh Deus Shonis Betam Heter Amiros Elo Dvarim Baal Peh. The Magen Avram says someone who looks carefully at the Beis Yosef will see that there are various opinions and the reason for the heter of saying these things. Lachein yesh li zaher shaloi loymar shum davar Baal Peh. Therefore, you should be careful not to say anything Baal Peh. You really should try your best not to say anything Baal Peh. Kiyim ma shenizkar poi b'shulchan aruch. Meaning, if it's not mentioned explicitly, namely Shema, Berchas Koyanim, Parshas HaTamid, you should really be machmir. The Hisoyrus Tshuva has a shaila. People are lenient at the end of Shemana Esrei. They say Pesukim with their name. How are they allowed to say it Baal Peh? Unless you say that's definitely Shagor Befi everybody. Meaning, whatever your pasuk is, the Pesukim of your name has a din of Shagor Bepeh. Now, what exactly is the reason you're not to say it Baal Peh? Is it Exeres HaKasav? The Tosfos Rid and Megillah says, we're Choyshesh, you'll make a mistake. The Beis Yosef says there are many drashos that are learned out from Chaseros and Yiseros, and if you're going to say about Peh, you're missing the right lettering. The Sefer Yereim gives another reason that you should not get used to saying about Peh, because maybe Amei Aretz will eventually say that it wasn't given originally b'ksav. How much are you not allowed to say Baal Peh? Even one letter. Okay. However, with Shuvas Chavos Yair, Matur Lemer Kol Sefer Tehillim Baal Peh. The Chavos Yair gives a heter to say the whole Tehillim Baal Peh. The Kivan Shula Oyer Rachamei Hashem Havalei Ketfila. Since it's to be Ma'oyer Rachamim, it has a din of Tefillah. Chasam Sofer says another reason. Since it was originally niskan to say Baal Peh because the Levium that sang in the Beis HaMikdash, they didn't say Mitoich HaSefer, therefore the dinim of not saying a Baal Peh do not apply to Tehillim. Also, those who brought the Karim Pesach did not say Halal Mitoich HaSiddur. V'nirali sheish lismei chalav. The Chavetz Chaim says that it seems to me you could rely on the Chavos Yair. The belav hachidas ha'ataras ha'kenim ha'gra ka'poskim dedavkel hoisi ram midei chavasim asar. Because anyway, many poskim hold that it's only a problem when you're being moitzi others their chayva. So, like I said, when it comes to Vayichulu is not on the official list of parshas that are shagar b'feh, and you are being moitzi others, you should not say Vayichulu Baal Peh. Mutter. Those things that people know are shagar b'pivis. Mutter uvemoitzi acherim ba'amirasei asaksuvim. If you're being moitzi others, let's say in Shema or Berchas Kanan, where the Tom Mitzadei Na'amagin Avram Lahachmir Shaloi Loimer Baal Peh B'chol Gavni V'chei Mashem Midivrei Hagra B'Urai. Anytime you're being moitzi someone with their chiyuv, you should not say it Baal Peh. Now, that's very interesting. Why would that be that the Isser is only when you're being moitzi other people with their chiyuv? If the chashash is maybe you'll make a mistake, or maybe you'll be missing chaseres v'yaseros, or maybe amei ha'aretz will say that's all there is. What difference does it make whether you're being moitzi other their chiyuv or not? Maybe it's not considered a reading that warrants such a legislation. Anyway, we're going to hold it over here. Bez Hashem, we'll pick it up tomorrow in Siman Nun. Wishing everyone a wonderful day. Kol Tov.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.